What up, guys? Homeless Investor here, and today I want to talk about some tips to make you rich. So, number one, go on a diet. And I don't mean diet like cut out junk foods, I mean like a diet like cut out the bad habits in your life where you're spending unnecessary amounts of money, unnecessarily. So, for me, I'll give you an example. For me, so as many of you know, I used to be homeless. I'm not anymore. But when I first got my job after not having a job for the longest time and I had money flowing in, I would go out to eat for every single meal, right? I never ate at home, guys. If in my fridge I had nothing. If I wanted something to drink or I got thirsty, I would literally drive to the gas station right down the road from my house. Right? In the morning, I didn't make coffee at home. I would go to McDonald's in the morning. I would buy my latte, I would buy my breakfast, eat breakfast, go out for pizza or Dairy Queen or some fast food for lunch, and I would do the same thing at night, for dinner. And I spent, if you think about fast food and I'm getting meals, that's like $10 plus for every meal. So I was spending at least $30 plus a day just to eat stuff. You know what I mean? Just to eat. Not that doesn't include my gas or clothes or anything else. Just to eat. And now I realized how much I was spending. I mean, this took me months before I changed this habit. Habits are hard to break. But once I broke this habit and I started buying, coffee creamer, started making sandwiches for work, I was saving, hundreds of dollars a week, guys, out of my paycheck. Because there are some days where I would eat more than other days, or I could spend 20, 30 bucks on a single meal in the day if I was feeling hungry or I wanted to do something lavish and go out for some fancy food or something. So go on a diet, cut out the negative spending in your life that you're just doing just to do. You know what I mean? The comfort spending. Do not do the comfort spending. Okay. Number two, be selfish. Be selfish with your time, guys. We only have one life to live. If you got goals, you know what I mean? If you want to be a musician or a singer, or you want to become a millionaire, or you want to, own rental properties or start your own business, then get off your ass and get to it. Right? Don't just do it. Don't think about it. Just go out and do it. Now, me, some personal experience, right? I work at least 6 days a week at my regular job, and then I work 9 to 10 hours on average usually. So 6 days a week, I get one day off. Now, when I go to work, I go to work and I come back home and then I do the YouTube videos, right? So I have a lot of time where I'm doing work, YouTube, and I also invest, obviously. So I have a lot of time that is just eaten up doing stuff. I wake up in the morning, I go to work, I do all my YouTube stuff, I do my investments, and then it's time for bed, and then it starts all over. Now, I have a girlfriend, and she is having trouble understanding, like, why I can't spend time with her, or why I can't go out and do this, or, I do all my time doing my stuff, but I never see her. She doesn't understand that I want things out of my life, and if I want to achieve them, I gotta be selfish with my time. Right? I gotta hang on to my time and only dole it out in small amounts when I see fit. Because and I know some people might not agree with that, but I have goals and I'm not slowing down for anybody. I want to get to the top, and I'm going to, because I have that mentality, I have that attitude that I'm going to get there. I will get to my goals, right? Okay, so the third thing, credit score. I know it's kind of boring, but think about it. You're not going to be able to get any major investment if you want to buy a house, if you want to buy a brand new car, if you want to, start a business. These are things where a good credit score is going to help out tremendously, right? Even if you have a lot of money saved up, banks like to see the credit score. A credit score will help you, help anybody in the long run. So for me, like I said, I used to be homeless. I had a terrible credit score. Terrible. In the past 4 or 5 months, I got a prepaid credit card or whatever from my bank, and I've been building up my credit, slowly but surely. I started out, I want to say 430 was my credit score, and now I'm at 650 maybe. So I'm getting up there. I'm doing pretty good, guys. It takes time to do these things, so and that's just the way it is. But I would highly recommend, if you don't have a credit score or a credit card, be careful with your credit cards if you do, but definitely build up some good credit, guys. Fourth thing, define what wealth means for you. You could have all the money in the world, but if you're not happy with yourself, money's not going to change that, guys. Money will not change that if you are not happy already with yourself in your life, right? I'm trying to build up, my empire, what I want in my life. You know, the money will come after, but I want to be happy first. You know, the money is just like the icing on the cake. You know, I want good people around me. I want good friends. I want loving relationships. I want to see the world. I want to do fun things, and the money will just be, you know, the added benefit. So if you're not already happy, don't think that making $1 million is going to make you feel more complete on the inside. You got to be okay with who you are before the money comes, guys. Before the money comes, right? So the next thing, automate your money. And this is what this means is basically when you get your paycheck or you're making money on your investment and you say you have like IRA set up or a savings account, automate your money to automatically go into these other accounts before you can even touch it, right? Kind of like, you know, direct deposits and stuff. So when I put my paycheck in, I have it set up where TD Ameritrade takes $100 a month out of my bank account automatically into my IRA. So I don't even have to worry about it. I don't think about it. I don't see it. It just does it, you know, and that $100 isn't a lot, you know, for a month. But this, if I'm doing this for 10, 20 years, that $100 is going to add up and I don't even notice it, right? I don't even notice when that $100 leaves. It just goes. It just goes away and it helps me for my future, right? And that's not the only thing I have, you know what I mean? I almost every time I get paid too, I go and buy like $100 worth of silver or I go and buy $100 worth of Bitcoin, you know? Just automate your money where it's just automatic. You don't even think about it. You don't miss it. It just goes, you know. And add other income streams, right? Like, you know, do YouTube, get monetized, do some side work, mow lawns, you know, start your own little business. Just do anything to get some money. Blog, start blogging. You know, go be a street performer or be those people that like stand still on the streets with cups in front of them. Be a musician. Just do anything. You gotta keep the money flowing. So, right. And the next thing I would recommend, if you don't read books, reading books, you know, I know it sounds boring. I know a lot of people don't like to do it, especially with how used to watching TV we are as like a society. People go to work, they come home, they just start watching TV and they just zone out, right? I read books like a fiend. I have so many books. I've spent so much money on books. Some people probably wouldn't even believe it. Like I've got books for everything, and maybe I'll show you guys some of the books that I read in another video. But I always am learning. That's how I have books about cryptocurrency. I have books about silver. I have books about stocks. Anything I am ever curious about, I go and pick up books and I read about it, right? That is the number one way I get my information about anything. And yeah, and it takes some time. You know, sometimes it's boring, but not only are you learning about whatever subject you're interested in, you're feeding your mind with fuel, right? It's a lot better for you to be reading, you know, in terms of helping your body and mind than if you're just sitting around watching TV and doing stuff like that. And now, another thing I would recommend is hang out around like-minded people. You got to hang out around people that have the same types of goals and mindsets that you have. If you're hanging around people who aren't doing anything with their life, you know what I mean? You're just hanging around stoners or people who are just wish I coulda, woulda, you know, those type of people, the people who, oh, I wish I would have done that, or I could have done that. Yeah, you could have. Cool, right? You got to be around the winners, the people who are taking charge, taking action, and just going for it, right? I don't sit around and talk about how I want to do this or I want to do that. I just go and do it. I don't care what people say, right? I wanted to do YouTube. I didn't know if it was going to work. I didn't know if I was going to suck or if people were going to like me or any of that. I just did it. Because I have one life to live and I don't want to have any regrets. And I just want to try it, right? So I went out and did it. And sometimes I get negative comments, but just brush it off, right? Like I feel sorry for the people who take time out of their day to watch people's videos and then put negative comments. I don't got time for that, you know, because I'm busy living my life, right? So just live your life, right? Surround yourself with like-minded individuals who can help support you and help you grow, right? I had a roommate, he's actually who got me into stocks. First I was just into silver and he introduced me to stocks and he helped me grow tremendously, right? And I've helped him, right? I've helped him with like cryptocurrencies and I've got him actually making YouTube videos now. We help each other grow, right? You got to stay around like-minded people though. Do not stay around the people who will just drain your energy, drain your mindset and just bring you down to their level, because once you let it happen, it's a lot harder to get back up. than it is to stay down. You know what I mean? You got it. It's a lot easier to get up and stay up. So just remember that, guys. Right, and now just some few tips that I do to help keep some cash around. That's really easy. Anytime I'm spending with cash and I get ones or fives backs, anytime I get ones or fives, I just take those ones and fives, I put them in an envelope, and I put them in my safe, and I just let them sit there. Now, if you spend a lot of money, you know, spend a lot of cash, those ones and fives are going to add up pretty quick, right? If you got that going for 3 or 4 months, you know, you could go in there and have, you know, a couple $100 or $1,000 just saved in $1 bills. You know, and I know that'll be a fat stack, but you just go take it to the bank, deposit it, and start all over. You know, go invest it in gold or silver or anything. You know what I mean? Go buy some books, like I was saying, anything you want. So that's it for today, guys. Just remember, you know, keep that positive mindset, keep growing, and just show the world what you're capable of. Talk to you later.